Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be giving you guys a recap of day 4 of the Washington Commanders training camps, talking about the biggest plays and biggest takeaways, including a pick 6 of Emmanuel Forbes, and I have the clip for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so let's get started. I believe this is the last day before they take a little bit of a break, maybe one day, and then they're back at it. I believe that's the case, so if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments section below. But, kind of a big day today. Emmanuel Forbes with a pick 6. Offense kind of struggled. There were so many fans today there at training camp. It was super, super packed from what I could see in the videos. But let's talk about, actually we'll do an injury update. So again, Deron Payne, Jamin Davis, all those guys were good. One guy that did get injured was Nick Gates. He tweaked his ankle, limped off the field, but then was back in after a few snaps. So that is very, very good to see. And yeah, so let's first talk about the biggest play of the day, and that is Emmanuel Forbes with the pick 6. If they did run backs, but he would have gotten the pick 6, and he jumped a Sam Howell pass to Terry McLaurin. And, a lot of the reporters were saying that he kind of jumped the pass, and maybe he did a little bit, but from the video, it looks more like he just, Sam Howell threw it behind Terry and kind of just to Emmanuel Forbes. Nonetheless, it was a good play by Emmanuel Forbes because, again, some corners, like Carlos Rogers, they're not making that catch. But, it's good to see him making those catches because in college, he didn't drop a lot of interceptions. Other guys do, and that's a good thing for Emmanuel Forbes, and you love to see him be in the right place at the right time. That is another great thing from Emmanuel Forbes. So I'll go ahead and show this clip, and then we'll go ahead and get into some of the biggest plays besides this. So shout out Red Zone in the Lab for the video, and I have it on my Twitter as well. And I'll go ahead and full screen it. Some things might be cut out here, but we'll go ahead and show you guys right here. Well, actually, it might actually get cut out, but there's how. And drops back, and yeah, he just threw it behind. I think you guys were able to see that. He really just threw behind Terry right there. If you guys see it again, he throws it. Pocket is not great. He's kind of like throwing off his back. He's unbalanced. You don't like to see that. Look at that. He's unbalanced, and the coaches are kind of blocking it. But that's nowhere near Terry. The ball needs to be here, not here. So, it's not like he, undercutted it. It was just a bad throw. And, Emmanuel Forbes took advantage of it. You love to see that. That's what corners are supposed to do. So, the great corners will, make a play on the ball when it's a good throw as well. But, at the minimum, you got to make those plays and be in the right position when it's a bad throw, and Emmanuel Forbes did that, and I'm excited to see what he, can continue to do. So let's get into some other things. Pocket was collapsing quick today, but in this play from, Josh said, shout out to Josh, he said pocket collapses quick around Howell. He climbed the pocket and hit Dotson across the middle in stride. Would have been a big yak play. I like Howell in the pocket. And there were some other good plays from the offense, but for the most part, the offense was not good today, and a lot of that had to do with the offensive line, Howell a little bit as well, and Chris Paul was getting some reps with the starters at left guard. You absolutely, I'm not going to say you love to see it, but I think it's good to see him, get some reps, at left guard, see what he can do, compare him to Sadiq Charles. I don't love, any of the options, but hey, maybe, I could see Sadiq having a good year this year. We'll see if he steps up, but that's another development right there. Let's go to Matthew Paris. He said the corner, the secondary, rotation or the corner rotation, it's usually Benjamin St. Juste in the slot with Forbes and Fuller on the outside, which is kind of what we expected. And they said Forbes picked him off while he was typing. Interested to see how much Quan Martin has been playing. Haven't really heard much from him. And then Joey Sly and Michael Badgley were 4 for 4 today, and that is, again, great to see for sure. They're pushing each other. Chase Young, what I loved is, and someone will have the clip out there, but if not, you guys can just go to Commander's Twitter. He was hyping up the crowd while the kickers were kicking, and I love that. Puts a little bit more pressure on the kickers, and they both made the kick, so great to see that for sure. John Kime says one player is off to a strong start. Cornerback Benjamin St. Juste practicing with confidence, and it shows. And it seems like he's had good off seasons. He had a good season, I thought, last year, but he just got hurt. So we'll see what he does. But I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. But it's just like, okay, the guy's got to stay healthy, because if he does, I think he has a lot of talent and he can be, a very good cornerback in this league. I really, really do believe so. He just has to stay healthy. Absolutely has to stay healthy. And yeah, like this guy said, feels like he's a legit cornerback at cornerback one. And we do probably win that first Giants game if he plays, because Darius Slayton cooked Christian Holmes in that game, and Isaiah Hodgins did as well. So let's go through the play-by-play. Again, shout out Zach Selby for all the great coverage that he makes. So let's see. How begins 11-on-11 drills with a completion of Logan Thomas. They've had some good chemistry. Second play, we talked about the interception. He said he jumps the route again from that clip. Doesn't look like it. Nice route from De'Ami Brown against Forbes. Makes the catch and turns upfield. So again, another good day by De'Ami Brown. PBU by Tariq Castro-Fields against Curtis Hodges. Get some congratulations from his teammates after the play. So, hey, Tariq Castro-Fields looking good. He did get mossed the other day by De'Ami. Troy Apke got an interception off of Fromm. Maybe makes a team as a special teamer, but I doubt it. Probably the practice squad. And then Bieniemy's emphasizing to RBs that they need to finish on every run. So Brian Robinson and Gibson have been running an extra 30-40 yards after each play is blown dead. Hey, I know the players love him. If I'm the running back there, I know you got to do it, but I would be mad just because it's 100 degrees out there, 95 degrees out there. But again, not a knock or anything. I think it's good he's doing that. But if I'm just putting myself in the running back shoes, if I have to run an extra 40 yards after every play, I would not be happy. Okay, there we get a little bit of an update on Quan Martin. He says, liking what I'm seeing from Quan Martin on so far. On the previous play, he fought through his blocker and wrapped up Kazmir Allen for a minimal gain. Good to hear that. But he should be doing that. He should be doing that against an undrafted free agent. But again, good to hear. McLaurin's taking some time to teach younger receivers. He just got done giving Jalen Sample some tips on how to improve a route in the play. Love to see it. Again, probably not making the roster, but McLaurin's giving him some tips. Hey, maybe that'll help him get a practice squad spot and maybe eventually a spot on the roster. Howell and the first team offense had a little bit of a better period. Logan Thomas, Jahan Dotson, Brian Robinson, and Gibson all had catches. Another play, some good play by Tariq Castro-Fields. Good closing speed and pulled up last minute, but it would have been a tackle for a loss. Zion Bowen's a nice catch from Fromm. Another near interception from Forbes on Howell, but the rookie couldn't control the pass before stepping out of bounds. So again, that's not great for Howell, but good for Forbes. It's like, that's a weird thing with training camp. It's like on one, if one thing happens, good thing, like let's say the offense balls out, well, okay, then that means the defense is struggling a little bit. So that's why I'm really excited for obviously the preseason, but also the joint practices with the Ravens. Jeremy Reeves almost got an interception. Brissett lofted up to Turner, but Reeves jumps out in front of it, but bobbled it. And then another pick off of Howell. Percy Butler had the grab. I think De'Ami Brown might have tipped it. I think that's what happened, but that's kind of it for the play-by-play. A lot of big things there, but the biggest takeaways were Emmanuel Forbes keeps making plays. He's getting beat sometimes, but he's making up for it by breaking up passes, getting some interceptions, and would have had a touchdown in a real game there. So that's one of the takeaways. Chris Paul getting some first-team reps. It's another one, not a big surprise, but just something to watch out for. And the receivers look like they're, continue to ball out in, Terry, Jahan, and, I didn't hear much about Curtis at all this training camp, but then Logan Thomas has been doing that as well, has been balling out. And one thing, I thought maybe you would hear a little bit about, okay, Cole Turner is pushing Logan a little bit or is getting some first-team work, but haven't really heard that at all. So I think it's Logan's job 100%, and I think we expected that, but to not hear a lot about Cole Turner is a little surprising because last year he was, some people thought he was going to be tight end one by the start of the season. So that's just, something that I thought maybe would happen a little bit more. And I'm trying to think, Benjamin St. Juste, continues to ball. This secondary is going to be special. I really think so. If Forbes can, be that guy, we got Forbes, Fuller, who is above average corner in this league, and then Benjamin St. Juste, who is already at least average, I think better than that in the slot, and has the chance to be a really good corner in this league. And then you got Cam Curl, and you have Derek Forrest as well, and you got some young guys in Percy Butler who, hey, got an interception today. I think he has a chance to have a Derek Forrest type season, in his second year this year. We'll see if he gets the playing time, but I really like what we're seeing from the secondary. And I think Chase Young had another decent day, beating up on Charles Leno. And, haven't heard much about the other guys in Montez Sweat, Allen, and Payne, but who really cares? We know we know Payne and Allen are going to show up, and we know Montez is going to at least give you 7-8 sacks and potentially even more. So that's it for today's video. Might have a highlight video out later. We will see, but thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.